Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well. Today, got another quick lesson over exponent multiplication again. Couple new rules. So let's get into it. Our rules are right here. So basically, before we talked about if you multiply by an x or you multiply exponents that have the same base, you just add the exponents. Okay. Now we're talking about taking an exponent and raising it to another exponent. Okay, pretty easy. I will tell you, I know where the biggest mistake I see is that the more of these rules we add, they get jumbled together. Okay, so like here, when you raise an exponent to an exponent, you multiply those two and then put them in the exponent spot. Okay, I would hope we'd all agree that that's not a very tough process, but all of a sudden you start to think like, oh wait, do I add or multiply them? Because now we're going to have multiple rules in different situations. Okay, so when you are raising a power to a power, you multiply the exponents. That's what happens here. That's why we get 6 raised to 2, so we multiply it, it ends up 8 to the 12th. So that's our first rule. Second rule is if I take something in parentheses and raise it to a power, basically what I'm saying is split the two things and square both of them or raise them to whatever power that was. It has to then, it's basically distribution rule with exponents. Okay? So you distribute the exponent to both pieces. All right, so let's take a look at a couple examples. Again, not a super long lesson. So number one, pretty simple. We have an exponent to an exponent. So I think, okay, raising of exponent to an exponent, power to a power, I'm going to multiply. So in this case, I would just take b cubed times 2. So I end up with b to the 6th. Okay, that's a very straightforward use of that rule. Okay. Number 2, just adding a little mix in. Fractions. It's okay. They don't mess with anything. So what I get is power to a power. So I do the same thing. C, and then I raise 2 times 1/2. What I end up with is C 2 over 2, which is just C to the 1, which we can just write as C because anything the first power is just itself. Okay. Fractions don't change anything. Just have to be able to do fraction multiplication. Okay. 3, now we're starting to combine rules. So I have d to the 5th raised to the -1. So I'm going to use my new rule and say, okay, that means I'm taking d to the 5 times -1, which equals d to the -5. But if we think about the rules we've already learned, if I want to continue to simplify, I need to say, okay, a negative exponent, what did that mean? That means that it goes in the denominator. So this is really 1 over d to the 5th. Now I have it as simplest form, okay? So if it tells you to simplify, you need to do all simplifications, not just the new rules. We have to use what we already know, like negative exponents mean flip it. 4, now we get an intro to the second rule. Okay, so I have 5x parentheses all cubed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that's really 5 cubed times x cubed, which ends up being 125 x cubed. Because remember, if I have a number raised to a power, I need to actually do it out. Variables, I leave. Okay? 5, now a combination of the negative rule with the distribution rule. So what I get here is 2 to the -2 and y to the -2. Both negative, which means, and you could have done this in the first step, you could have flipped it first, then distributed. Okay, but what I really have is 1 over 2 squared y squared, which means I have to do the actual number out. So I really have 1 over 4y squared. Okay. Just got to make sure I do all my steps out, get everything as simple as I possibly can. Last one, and these are going to be the tricky ones you'll see. Now we're kind of combining the last 2 rules. So I just need to break things down and do them piece by piece. It's kind of order of operations, and it follows the same way. Okay. I have a parentheses with an exponent. I need to do that first. So what I end up with is 9x squared times 2x cubed. And this is what we learned last time. In this case, multiply the numbers out front. So what I really have is 9 times 2 times x squared, and add the 3 to the exponents. Now, in this case, once I got to here, now I'm multiplying exponents with the same base. So now I have to use that last rule, which is add exponents when they have the same base. So what I end up with here is 18x to the 5th. Okay, so there's 6 examples that kind of incorporate all the different things you're going to see. For now, we're not going to do an assignment. I really just need you to get this down. We'll come back and hit an assignment on Monday. Make sure you're getting this exponent stuff. We're going to try and get all the way through this chapter before the end of the year. Otherwise, that's where I'll leave you today. Really short video. Enjoy your Friday. Beautiful day. Make sure you're getting outside, do something. Let me know if you have any questions or you just want to say what's up. I'll see you on Monday. As always, enjoy, stay safe, and stay healthy.